Ashleigh English is the Executive Director of the Titusville YWCA, and she joins us here this morning. Hi, Ashleigh. How are you?
Good this morning. It's nice and brisk outside, and
It's been that way since November.
Yes, it has been. But that's part of the charm of living in this climate is we have lots of seasons.
That's right. That's right. Well, we enjoy being out in this weather sometimes.
Absolutely.
Brisk walks, skiing, cross-country skiing, downhill skiing. There's a lot to take advantage of, and we talk about that all the time with different folks. You have to say, I get it, staying inside complaining about it, but you can also sort of embrace it and enjoy it.
Just enjoy it, get out there and have a good time. But that is one of the reasons, because we do have some colder days here and stuff. So at YW, we really try to focus on providing some things for kids to do, families to do during those cold winter days, because you can only play outside for so long. Hopefully kids are getting out and putting on the snowsuits and stuff, but in between, we try to have some things on Saturdays or Sundays. So we've been hosting some free swims. We have one more in March that we'll do, March 16th. That's open to the public. It's a free swim from 2 to 4. So please stop in. We've had a nice attendance for our January and February swims. So we look forward to that. Plans again to partner with United Way and have our pool days this summer.
Nice.
So those will be back again. We have a dance coming up on February 28th for moms and their kids. So we just call it Mom and Me. Anybody, again, it's just a fun night out. Mom, bring the kiddos, have some music, bring grandma, any of the special women, that are, aunts, and we'll just have a good time. We'll turn on the music and we'll dance and have snacks. And so just a night out for mom and the kids. And then Princess Party comes up on March 8th. So that's always a lot of fun. We enjoy having all the princesses come and visit with us. March 22nd is our Hot Wheels party. That's one of our newer parties. We did a dinosaur party and a superhero party just to kind of get the boys a little more something to do. So that was a lot of fun. And then we have, and then we're just getting into April, and we'll have our Easter egg hunt. We have an autism walk scheduled. So just lots of things going on, and get the kids out. We always try to keep things as affordable as it can be, with the costs of between food and crafts and things like that. It gets harder and harder to keep those low costs down. But we always want to make sure too, if there's a child that wants to attend and just can't, make sure, just say this is really a hardship for us, and we'll do what we can to make that work for a family. So the other thing that we have going on, and I'm hoping it catches on, February was a little bit slow, but I kind of did it on the fly. We're just challenging people to get out for a run or a walk or whatever, whether it's going around the block, doing the 3K, the 5K, the 10K. Challenge yourself. You can do it virtually and turn in those times.
Oh, nice.
You can come and we'll have a day each month in March, April, or May, and do it as a group, just to have that camaraderie of we're all getting together. I know I have some races coming up that I am looking forward to, and just wanted to have a little bit of reason to get out there and get moving and challenge myself. So that's free. It's simply just something that's fun, maybe to use as a motivator, either for the individual or the family. You pick your distance, you pick how you do it, you pick when you do it. But hopefully you can just see a little bit of an improvement from maybe these cold winter months until May, that maybe times are a little bit better, or you're walking a little bit farther, or you're running, or whatever. Just get out there and move, or you can do it on a treadmill too, if you want to see, can you get that 5K down on the treadmill, crank it up a little bit higher and go a little faster. So, like I said, that's something you can just email us or give us a call or whatever to get signed up, and we'll get you into our system so you can track your times next to other people. And like I said, just something fun. We need something to keep us active and moving during these winter months. So
I just think it gets you ready for the spring and summer season. So
that's it. Yeah, just get you out moving, because we do get that it's harder to be outside right now. And so how can we just look forward to that, set some challenges, dealing with the ice and the cold. But yeah, so check it out. Hopefully you want to give that a try and see. Tonight, YWCA is partnering with St. James Episcopal Church. We're calling it the Longest Table. And the goal of tonight's group is just to have conversations and maybe learn what other people think. We'll have some questions posed to the groups, and you'll have an opportunity to sit and talk and discuss those things and maybe share ideas, share where you're coming from. We live in pretty contentious times. You just have to read some social media posts to see that we're not all on the same page, for sure. But how do we have some civil conversations and share ideas, because we're all sharing this planet, this community? How do we, like I said, hear each other and where everybody's coming from, and maybe have a better understanding and find some ways that, though, we do have common ground and we can cooperate.
I think most people do, to a degree, right? It's just, as you said, have those conversations. Do they need to sign up for the event?
I think we did have a sign-up page, and they can click on that. And St. James, I don't know if he's taken it down yet. Okay. But we should have room, so, pop in tonight. I know it's cold, but we're going to have pizza and salad. Ooh. So it's free, and it's just hopefully a springboard for some discussion. Not debate, but discussion.
Right.
We want to just keep it that it's we all come to where we stand often depends on where we sit, and so let's hear from each other.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe this will continue on.
We're hoping that it will, that it'll be something that grows, and that, folks of all ages, different political views will come together and just have a chance to share. Because there's often, when you really have conversations with people, you might be like, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And give yourself an opportunity to just really explore some different thought processes.
Well, that's excellent, and thank both organizations for hosting this. So.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. It's our kickoff, and hopefully it becomes something. Like I said, community is so important to all of us, and finding those connections, and we want to hopefully keep building those and keep things going strong, and find more ways that we agree than we disagree.
Excellent. Again, it's nice and warm inside. It's something to do.
Absolutely. Something to do. I know the musical is this weekend, I think. Mm-hmm. So there's lots to do in the community, but maybe if you come to the discussion tonight, hit the musical tomorrow or whatnot. So there is a lot out there. It's amazing what our little community offers and what you can be involved in and see and do.
Now, if somebody says, Ashleigh, I would love to, I need to get out, I got to do something, but the cold, I can't handle it. Are there things available at the YW that folks could take advantage of?
Sure. So we offer some different exercise programs. Strong Women, Strong Bones is a weightlifting program for women over 40. We have some yoga classes that are pretty much accommodate any level of fitness, as well as dance fitness. So you can check that out. Again, just some things to keep you moving through the winter. Once spring hits, we want to be outside. So those things kind of taper off. But this time of year, there are things that you can be doing, and we encourage you to check those out. We've got some cheer clinics coming up for kids too. So there are lots of things out there, and make sure you're, and we do have to search for them sometimes. I know people are like, well, I didn't hear about this. I didn't hear about that. Yeah. I know myself, I have to get on my social media and just kind of what's going on, what's out there, because we do have to search for it. I know what things I'm drawn to and what interests me. And so I do look for them. And, it does it take a little effort? Yeah, it does. But payoff can be big too. So we have the tools. People do promote. It just, you sometimes have to dig around and look for it.
Well, and you do a good job too getting things out well in advance, because there are times I come across something and I'm like, oh, that sounds like it'd be great. And then I realize the post was like 2 days prior and the event's over. I'm like, oh no.
Right. And that's why we do, because I'm hoping people are marking their calendars and saying, oh, I want to, because those are things I do when I'm looking and I see a concert or a fair or a festival or a race that I want to participate in, or anything that's going on in our community. You just start filling out those calendars, or share it to yourself. Send it to yourself in Messenger or whatnot, so like, oh, that's right, I don't want to forget about that. Or I need to send this to this friend to see if they want to go check out this festival that's happening, in a month or two. Or we really do look forward to that. Oh, I wanted to say today is National Spit Out Day. That just hit me. So this is through with Chew Week, and we want people to think about that. Chewing tobacco is not a harmless substance that you're putting in your mouth. That it's has carcinogens in it. It's very addictive. The nicotine levels are high. We do find it more often in our rural communities, particularly around males. And just think about how can we eliminate that. The best thing is if you don't start, you don't have to stop. But yeah, so this is National Spit Out Day. So take that that can and be done with it. And we'd always say, grab a piece of gum and chew on that.
I want to continue with this part of the conversation. Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Ashleigh English with us here this morning from the Titusville YWCA. Do you have any sense of just the students who are using tobacco or vaping? I mean, is it a high number?
Well, I think we just spent, Paula DeGregory and I were in the middle school, doing a program called Catch My Breath with 7th graders. And actually, it is really interesting that not as many kids, we need to focus on how many kids aren't doing these things, because really, it's not everybody's doing it. I think at a middle school level nationally, less than 5% are vaping. And at a high school level, it's less than 10%. So it's come down substantially, I think, as kids have learned that vaping is not the safe alternative to smoking. It's not water vapor. It's there's carcinogens in there. It's highly addictive. And I have to say, I think the education and public service announcements have done their job, because we have seen numbers even since 1917, 1918, when high school rates were getting closer to 20% of kids vaping, is down, I think, around the 8% range now. So it has gone down as the message has gotten out there. It's just, again, remembering, if you don't start, you don't have to stop, because it is highly addictive. And like I said, we spent some time in the middle school last week. The kids were great. And really, I think, if I remember correctly, the national average for middle school is 3.5%. So we talked about, that's really not, it's too many, but no, not everybody is doing it. So just walk away from it, and use the old adage, if all your friends have head lice, do you want head lice? No, we don't. So, just be part of that majority.
I may have to use that.
Be part of that majority that is is not using those tobacco products, because they're really detrimental to your health in so many ways. They cost tons of money. There's so many things you'd rather be spending your cash on. Really focusing kids on those things.
I've been in places where, it clearly states you can't do this, and adults are kind of sneaking. I'm like, wow, it has to be addictive.
I think it's so highly addictive, and when I always think about folks that are outside smoking a cigarette and it's 5 degrees, they're not out there because they want a breath of fresh air. They're out there because the addiction is so strong that they're willing to go out and stand in 5-degree weather and do that. When it's this time of year and you're just like bundling up and like running from, house to car because it's so cold. And then you see somebody outside having a cigarette or they're vaping. It's because of the addictive qualities that you're willing to do something that you're just like, oh my gosh, there's no way I'd want to be standing outside right now.
So if somebody doesn't know where to go, can they call?
There's 1-800-QUIT now, which are great tools. There are a lot of tools to help you. There's special numbers, and I don't have them right off the top of my head for teens that they can call to get help with quitting. But the 1-800-QUIT now, that just is in my head, so give that a try and they'll direct you anywhere else too. But yeah, absolutely, there's help out there. There's even times where you can get gum and nicotine replacement therapies for free if you participate in certain programs. So definitely worth looking into. And one of the things I said to those kids when we were in there last week is, you never find adults that say, smoking is the best thing I ever got myself involved with. You'll never hear that. The problem is the addiction's there, and stopping is just so incredibly hard.
And like alcohol, it alters.
It alters your brain chemistry. And one of the things that's so bad with that we talked about too, brains develop until you're 25 years old. So when a kid's smoking and their brain is still developing, they're really stunning their brain growth. So that's the other reason we don't want kids smoking at a young age, because when the addiction starts, they're stunning brain growth, and it's a habit that, boy, it's hard to break. It's doable, but it is hard to break.
It's hard, yeah. National Smoke Out, is that later in the spring?
World No Tobacco Day will be in May, as well as Kick Butts Day. So there's always, different holidays. And even though those numbers are going down, it's still there. So we want to make sure. And they really do. They target kids. They target the poor. It's just one of those, boy, they've got great marketing. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, there's a lot of resources out there, and even locally, just be looking out for opportunities to take advantage of programs like what you're saying.
Absolutely. So check it out. There's things out there. If you want to quit, there's people that want to help you.
That's great. Well, let's kind of recap. Again, you got a lot coming up in the spring. May Dance is quickly approaching as well.
Yeah, May Dance is always the Friday after prom. So I'm always pleased, say some prayers for good weather.
I see like prom dresses and that kind of stuff already out in stores.
Right. So I think May Dance will be May 9th. Prom, I think, is May 2nd. Like I said, we have the Easter egg hunt coming up. We're doing an autism walk just to raise awareness for autism. We've got our run, race, walk challenge coming up, or that are going on throughout the winter months. Just like I said, lots of things going on. Princess Party, check out our Facebook page. If you can register, we appreciate it, because it really helps us to know, do we need crafts, food for 20 kids or 60 kids, or how much help do I need? You don't have to pay until the day you arrive, but having those numbers plugged in there, it really helps us on the day of the event to have it run a little smoother.
Quickly talk about memberships. I see somebody had asked about that with the yoga classes. And really, membership is
$30 a year for adults. And really, it's just saying, I support you. I support the things that you do at the YWCA. Our biggest concern, though, is that you're active, you're connected to your community, you have a place to be. If that is not an affordable thing in your budget, just let us know, and we still want you to be there. We want you to participate. Everybody's welcome.
All right, and A+ to this costume here, because this is
Isn't that great?
That's great.
I love that. That one I was like, I've got to get a picture of that guy. Absolutely.
Always great things happening at the Titusville YWCA. And oh man, I'll tell you, so just some of the pictures of other things that have been going on.
Oh,
there.
our dad-daughter dance was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That was Dinosaur Day right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, dad-daughter dance. So such a great night, and I know Mom and me will be just as fabulous. So. Yeah, get out, check us out, and
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Ashleigh, good to see you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks. Take care.
Enjoy catching up with the best of the morning drill.